Now that we've learned about the forms of ser and the forms of estar, it's time to start learning about the differences between the two verbs. Take out the pink notes page that you received in class today that says Apuntes, ser y estar at the top. As you may have noticed, ser and estar are both verbs that mean to be. Although they have the same English translation, we cannot use them in the same situations. This notes page and video are designed to help you learn when to use ser and when to use estar. Ser is used for the following situations. Physical descriptions, like tall or blonde. We're using ser to describe someone's appearance. Physical descriptions. Characteristics, like nice, athletic, or funny. We use ser for personality traits or characteristics. Time, like 1 o'clock or 7:15. We use ser to tell the time. Date. We use ser to talk about the day of the week, like Monday, or the date, like November 17th. Jobs. We use ser to say what someone's job or occupation is. For example, that they are a teacher or a student. Origin, to tell where people or things are from. For example, we are from Iowa. That's our origin. Estar is used for the following situations. Feelings, like happy or sad. Those are our feelings or emotions, and we use estar to express them. Conditions, like sick or busy. They're not quite feelings, but they're close, and they describe a state of being. So we use estar to express conditions. And locations. We use estar to talk about locations, where things or people are located right now. So estar is used for locations. Ser and estar can be confusing, but in general, ser is used to describe things that are fairly permanent, things that don't change very often or very easily. Estar is used to describe things that are more temporary and change fairly frequently and easily. It can be tricky trying to remember when to use ser and when to use estar, but remember this: don't be loco! D, description and date. O, occupation and origin. N, nationality. T, time. L, location. C, condition. Now if you notice, based on what we talked about earlier with our uses of ser and uses of estar, the don't in don't be loco tells us when to use ser: description, date, occupation, origin, nationality, and time. Loco tells us when to use estar for locations and conditions. You can also use this poem to help you remember. To say how you feel or where you are, always use the verb estar. Now let's practice a couple of the sentences from worksheet U3-1. This is your assignment for tomorrow. Number 1. El blank alto. Well, I'm noticing that alto is a description word, and I know that it means tall. So I'm going to put description in the blank to the left-hand side. I know that we use ser for descriptions, so I'm going to think about what form of ser needs to go in the blank. Because my subject is el, I'm going to use es. My sentence for number 1 now reads El es alto. Let's look at number 2. It says ellas blank emocionadas. Emocionadas is the word that I need to look at in order to determine if I should use a form of ser or a form of estar for this sentence. Now I know that emocionadas means excited, so I'm going to list that it is a feeling on the left-hand blank. Since this is a feeling, I can go back to the poem. To say how you feel or where you are, always use the verb estar. That means I need to use a form of estar to make this sentence correct. Because my subject is ellas, I need the ellos, ellas, ustedes form of están. So that's what I'm going to write to complete my sentence. Now let's look at sentence number 3. Yo blank inteligente. Inteligente is the word that I need to look at to determine whether I should use a form of ser or a form of estar to complete the sentence. But you're going to be on your own for that part. You need to figure out what this is. Is it a description? Is it a feeling? Or is it something else? You need to decide and write that in the left-hand blank. Then complete the sentence with the appropriate form of the verb that you chose. Once you finish number 3, go through and do the rest of the worksheet. We'll check it in class tomorrow.